Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Mariana and you're watching Lucifer's Library. In today's video, I'm going to be trying 2 chapters of each book to decide what my next read is going to be. So I'm trying 2 chapters of Truly Devious. This is going to be the first book that I try by Maureen Johnson. And if I like it, I'm gonna continue reading it. But if not, I will start a new book tomorrow. It's pretty simple. I'm gonna be trying a few books, letting you know what I think and if I'm in the mood. Alright, Truly Devious. I ended up reading 38 pages, which is 3 or 4 chapters. Now this book feels very mystery thrillery. It also feels very middle grade. I'm not sure if what age range this is. Yeah, I don't particularly feel the pull to read it. I did pick up another book yesterday, and that is A Promise of Fire. And I only wanted to read 2 chapters from it. I ended up reading, accidentally, 150 pages. This book is so good! I also completely forgot to mention, this has Greek mythology in it. It's quite fast-paced, which I personally enjoy. And so I think I'm gonna continue reading this because I did start reading it yesterday and I'm gonna finish it. But without further ado, I'm gonna pick out the next book that I'm gonna try for this video. And I'm gonna tell you what it is, and then I'm gonna check in after I finish this book. The problem is that I don't know what I'm in the mood for. I think I'm gonna go for The Demon King. The problem is I don't have a lot of books with varied genres, so I mostly can only choose between fantasy. Alright, so I finished The Promise of Fire and it ended up being a 4-star read. I'm pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoyed this book. But now I have to decide what my next read is gonna be, and I don't want to read The Demon King right now. I'm not in the mood for fantasy. Listen, I'm reading 2 other books. I'm reading Throne of Glass and Blood of Elves, and that is so much fantasy for me, especially when I'm not in the mood for fantasy. But I'm trying to try books from my TBR, and everything seems to be fantasy these days. I can't wait to get off my book buying ban so that I can buy stuff that is not fantasy. But knowing myself, I'm probably gonna just buy fantasy. This, I'm scared to read because I don't want to be heartbroken, but I love this series. Walk on Earth, a Stranger I might try because I've seen that Esme is reading it. But then another book, okay, this is gonna break my heart. Heart of Betrayal, I'm waiting for. I'm putting it off. But for now, I think I'm gonna go with Walk on Earth, a Stranger. Try 2 chapters and we'll see how it goes. So this is the first book in Walk on Earth, a Stranger series trilogy. I have all 3 books. I don't know why I thought this was... I think this is dystopian and not apocalyptic, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I should stop buying entire series if I haven't read the first book. Okay, so apparently this is historical fiction, and it's set in the gold rush era, and the main character is able to feel and sense the gold, and therefore she is very valuable. Yeah, I don't think these will be for me, especially because I'm not interested in the gold rush era. So the second book is like a River Glorious, and the third one is Into the Bright Unknown. So I think I'm just gonna give these to my sister. And I'm so disappointed. I probably should have read what these books were about instead of just... Honestly, they were cover buys. Do you know how much money I've wasted? I'm such an idiot with my money. Why do I do this to myself? Let's do Children of Blood and Bone. Yeah, this is falling apart because the copy I got was listed as very good on the website, but I got it very bad. You guys! So we can go from page 8 to page 32. There's pages missing. Good thing I have the audiobook for this. Okay, alright, I'm gonna try this. But again, I'm not in the mood for fantasy, but it's fine. I feel like I always film in the same positions and it's ridiculous. Anyway, read 30 something pages of Children of Blood and Bone. Basically first 2 chapters. And I'm not in the mood for fantasy today. I'm already reading 2 fantasy books, like I previously stated. So I'm gonna put this one back down for later, because I really want to try it later. Oh, what do I read? Is this fantasy? What do I want to read? This video is a mess. Brought to you by Mariana. I have an existential crisis, which is why I dyed my hair. But also, I don't know what to read. So where we left off, it was actually yesterday. I could not for the life of me decide what I want to read next. So I'm just gonna choose the books that I'm most interested in. And I'm gonna... Excuse me, I'm talking. Anyway, Instagram and Twitter are free. So I decided to compile a list of 4 books and let people vote. Again, another problem. Deciding what I want to read next. Fun fact, I already finished Throne of Glass. I am postponing Blood of Elves. I'm waiting for Sasha to read the first chapter, and she's probably gonna wait a little bit so that we just have everything in mind for the live show. I guess the best way to do something is to just do it. Okay, this is the pile of books that I've come up with. So the previous days, I might have said some stuff about the books that I have in front of me right now, like this giant stack of books. And the thing is, my moods change every single day. Just take everything with a grain of salt. I think I might challenge myself to try at least 2 chapters of Crescent City, but I know that this book starts out slow. I've already started this book, The Heart of Betrayal. I also want to read, no, A Curse of Dark and Lonely, we're putting back because I need something to look forward to when I look at the shelf. This is gonna break me. But then again, this might also break me. Alright, doing that. Last Sword. This is just one of those books that my eyes skim over and I see it, but I don't actually see it. Alright, we're putting Mark of Athena on there. I also wanted to put Demon King on there, but no. We have The Heart of Betrayal or this. I need to start finishing off series. That's the problem. I start new series and I never finish anything off. I can't put 5 because Twitter and Instagram neither allow 5. I'm gonna put this one on because I've already started this. Can you tell that I'm stressing myself out? Alright, I'm gonna put this on Twitter and on Instagram for an hour. It's 11:21 a.m. A lot of people are still asleep, but we'll just see however many votes we get. It's raining outside. And it's done. The poll on Twitter ran for 1 hour and on Instagram. Now, out of all of these, I was looking forward to the Rose Society most. So on Twitter, there are 3 votes. And like I said, not a lot of people are awake right now. All 3 votes went towards Crescent City. Now, if I look at Instagram votes, Mark of Athena had only 1. Heart of Betrayal had 2 votes. The Rose Society had 3 votes, and if we count my own vote, I guess that would be 4. Crescent City had 3 votes, making it 6 votes in total. I'm really gonna have to start reading this, aren't I? And I know that if I start reading this, I won't allow myself to stop, because I don't think I'll ever pick it up again if I stop now, because I need to get through the world building and I don't want to stop only to forget everything and then start over. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna read this. My brain does not have the capacity right now to read a book, a fantasy book set in a world that is unfamiliar to me. Rereading Throne of Glass and reading The Witcher is way different than having to sit down and read a massive book with new characters, brand new world. Let's try The Rose Society. 2 chapters. Adelina Amoteru. I've read 27 pages of this. I'm on chapter 3 and I have divided this book based on the number of pages I want to read per day. But then I've also decided that I am going to try White Hot Kiss. I'm gonna read 3 chapters and then I'm gonna try to read 50 pages a day for this book. I've also decided that I'm going to divide this book in smaller chunks, so approximately 100 pages a day for Heart of Betrayal. If anything changes or when I finish them, I'm just gonna check in and let you know what I think of these books. Hey bitches! This is so ridiculous. Yesterday I read 109 pages of White Hot Kiss. This is currently my favorite book out of the 3 just because it's so easy to read and it's such a fun read. I would count this as a YA paranormal romance. I don't I don't know if it's gonna turn into new adult, but so far it's pretty safe and pretty fun. So I think I'm gonna try and read this one the fastest. So far I've read double than I was supposed to, because I have split the book into several parts based on my goals, what I want to read each day. And I finished my goal for yesterday and today, so I'm ahead and I'm loving this. Now moving on, I'm also reading The Heart of Betrayal, and this one I've read 168 pages, so I think this is the most I've read. I'm on chapter 21, and so far my thoughts on this is I'm loving it. But again, it's fantasy, it's a little, you have to pay attention. And I love at the beginning of the chapters when you have little excerpts of different legends or writings or letters and stuff. I find that that makes things a little bit more interesting. Moving on, I also read 144 pages of The Rose Society. The dual point of view is not a problem in The Heart of Betrayal because I don't really mind it that much, but in The Rose Society it follows a character, one particular character that I don't care about. So for example, Terence Santoro, he's the one character whose point of view I just don't like, and that's what makes me think this book is going to be a 3-star read. But I want to finish it because so far I'm loving one character who is Maggiano. I'm just loving him, and he is the highlight of this book for me right now. So yesterday I finished White Hot Kiss, and I rated it 3.5 stars. I thought that overall the story felt a little bit carbon copy of Jennifer Armentrout's books. I feel like she follows the same formula as she does with other books, and it does get a little bit repetitive. It's just that the worlds or creatures are switched. I expected more. I wanted more. I ended up being disappointed and frustrated with this book, with the main character having to constantly be the one apologizing. People who raised her all treated her like she was an outsider. There are a few exceptions, but overall they all treated her like, you know, she was gonna turn evil or grow 3 heads. But also, I didn't like Zane in this book. I didn't like Abbott in this book. I didn't like any of the characters apart from Ross. Not even our main character. But I did finish this, rated 3.5 stars. I'm hoping that the rest of the series picks up. Then we have The Heart of Betrayal, which I'm about 10 pages away from the ending. I'm gonna finish it today, and I don't know how I feel. I love our main character here. Her name's Leah, and I love how feisty she is and how smart she is. And overall, the dual point of views doesn't really bother me that much. Not as much as in The Rose Society, but just because I really don't like a few of the characters here, whereas these I do tolerate or I like, so it's fine. I don't know if it's me, or maybe this story is a little bit underwhelming. I think I'm gonna rate it 4 stars. It was still better than White Hot Kiss. Or I might rate it 3.75. I'm looking forward to the 3rd book, but this one was okay. 3.75, yeah. I don't think I'll give it more, because even towards the end, this twist wasn't that big of a deal for me. I wasn't in awe of the story, if that makes sense. But I will be continuing. I will definitely finish this off. It's time that I finish the series off. So far it feels like a 3.25 star read, but just because I don't like some of the characters, which I would count as good writing, because if an author intends for you to hate a character and does them so well, writes them so well that you don't like them, I think that's good writing, I would say. But still, I'm a stubborn bitch. So I finished The Heart of Betrayal. Then I also finished The Rose Society right now, just a couple of minutes ago, and honestly I don't think I will continue with the Midnight Star. As I was reading The Rose Society, I had already decided to tab and split the days that I would read certain chunks of the book, just to make it a little bit easier and more digestible. But I haven't enjoyed The Rose Society enough to start the next book. This was at times really hard to push through. I really was forcing myself to finish this because I just wanted to see what was gonna happen, and then at the end I didn't really care. I read the entire second half today, like the other 50%. I don't find any other characters except for Maggiano to be likable, and Adelina is just the way I knew she was gonna spiral out of control in this book. I expected it to be a little bit more satisfying and that I'm gonna enjoy the book a little bit more. But overall, the turn of events that happened, it just doesn't make me interested in picking up The Midnight Star. The same thing happened to me with Legend. I loved the first book, but I could not for the life of me get through the second one for some reason. It's so sad. I was contemplating rating it 2.75 stars, but then I took a look at some of the other books that I have rated 3 stars, and I've enjoyed the Rose Society more than them, so I feel like 3 stars, it's fine. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. I've read a lot today and I finished a lot of books for this video. This was so fun. I don't know what I'm gonna read next. Probably nothing off my physical TBR for a while. I hope you have a lovely day or night wherever you are, and please consider subscribing if you haven't yet, and click the like button if you like the video, and comment down below whatever you want. Okay, I'm gonna go.